Chicago Bears in Detroit. Another NFC North matchup. Chicago coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Minnesota Vikings, with Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy and them coming storming back after a really good start for Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Detroit Lions getting smoked by the Green Bay Packers. Can't lose 2 games in the division right off the bat. Got to bounce back. But not today.
We are back, baby. We are fucking back. We're back. We are back.
Give me those Bears. I don't even know what a bear sounds like. Rawr. give me those Chicago Bears. I want to just buy the point. I want to buy a half a point. I don't want to buy the full point at the minus 162. There's too much juice on it. But if you can find this bet at 7, take it at 7.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't surprise me if Chicago wins this game. I said this in our futures. You can go back to the tape. I'm down on Detroit this year. I don't think Detroit is that good. Losing both coordinators showed up big time in the first game. That offense looked lethargic. Didn't look like it had any pop to it. Nobody had any big, really runs, dink and dunk. I think even Jared Goff even came out and said when they asked him about the offense that the offensive coordinator is still trying to figure us out. Hey, you had training camp and preseason to figure that shit out. If you ain't got that shit figured out now, it's going to be long and hard sledding for you to figure out. And Chicago played, even though it took some while for Minnesota to get going, Chicago had Minnesota's number that whole game. They had, and then they just fell apart at the end. I mean, Minnesota scored 21 points in the fourth quarter. He started, Caleb Williams started off hot. He led his teams. He used his legs. Just couldn't finish at the end there when the momentum swung, and then swung pretty heavy. I like the Chicago team. Yeah, give me the Bears, man. The Bears plus the points. And I'm not even like in a party. We put a parlay together. I'm putting Chicago money line in there. That is my dog of the week is the Chicago Bears. I think Chicago goes in Detroit and win this game.
Yeah, you're right. You hit it spot on. I think this line is way too large, especially after what we saw from Detroit. But I guess they're looking for a bounce back from Detroit. But I'm with you. They don't look like they have a bounce back because it looks like they have a offensive deficiency on what they want to do in play calling in the plays versus what they were doing.
Identity. Their identity is gone.
I know it's still early in the season, and you usually want to kind of lean on the teams that got embarrassed the first week. You want to lean on them in week 2. They'll make the adjustment. But it seems like Ben Johnson leaving, and then Ben Johnson coming back, right to Detroit.
Yeah.
So if anything, he's going to be very prepared for this team. He knows them very well.
Absolutely.
So, the only problem is really Caleb Williams. And that's so funny. I was on my group chat, and early on, even when Caleb was 9 for 9, scored a touchdown, I said Caleb looks good. Ben Johnson looks good, but Caleb just didn't. He looked a little rushed. He looked like he was making the right plays, the check downs, but he just looked rushed. Mm-hmm. And as the game wore down, you start seeing him feeling like he's under pressure, rolling out too fast, just want to do too much. And that kind of cost him the game at the end of the day, making a bunch of bad plays or bad decisions late. The question is, does that happen again in this Detroit Lions game? I don't know, but I think I'll take Ben Johnson going back home against a team that he knows very well without and with new. I like your play. I like your money line play with parlays. I think the plus 6.5 is huge. If you can buy a point, why not?